pound boxing.
The voice of a new generation.
Pull back, no punches.
What we're gonna get in today is some results, upcoming fights, and a little bit of news. So going right into it, head first, we're gonna talk about Yuriquis Gamboa versus Walter Estrada. Gotta be Yuriquis Gamboa with the first round KO. Guru, how did you see that fight?
Oh, so he did pretty good. I mean, it was a. You see, that's the problem with a one-round fight. You know, there isn't too much to talk about it. He did his job. He knocked this guy out. He fought a guy with experience. He did pretty good. He's pretty good.
I'm gonna have to agree with Guru. You don't get to see a whole lot when it finishes in the first round, which leads us to the next guy on the same card. It is Landy Lara who fought versus Keith Gross and won a first round KO over him. Your thoughts on that?
Oh, Lara, you know what? Lara, he impresses me the most out of these guys here. He's more, he got himself together. He take his time. He don't go crazy when he's boxing. I like him.
He's more technical and more reserved with his punches.
Yeah, he's more technical. And,
he's methodical.
Yeah, and he don't go crazy. You know, like Gamboa though. You know, Gamboa, he just throw a lot of punches. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's his style. But Lara, he got a better.
He's more technical.
Yeah, he's more technical. He take his time and he made sure the guy pretty good and he knocked them out. In fact, out of the three guys, Lara, Solis, and Gamboa, I think Lara has the best chance in the world boxing.
We'll see. I like Solis myself. We'll get it.
I like Solis too.
We'll see.
I think Lara has the best chance.
The next fight we got Alfredo Angulo versus Cosme Rimera. Angulo with the TKO in the 5th round. Your thoughts on that?
I saw Angulo. He did pretty good, being such a young fighter. He took his time. He got caught early in the fight.
He took the cut well.
Yeah, he took the cut well. He kept himself together, and he kept the pressure on this other guy. Few things I didn't like. He's taking too many punches. He lucky he fought a guy that was out of shape. Okay, and that helped him a lot. But someone that had to train for a long time and be prepared for him.
Like Mayorga.
Like Mayorga.
Like Mayorga.
If Mayorga learned how to fight, he had a good chance. But well, that's the reason why he pulled out. So you tell me. But anyway, he did okay. He did okay. He did not impress me. The only thing that I liked from him was that he took, you know, he kept himself together after the cut, and that's a good thing.
He's stayed composed
in a young boxer, you know. So that's pretty good.
You pretty much said everything there. We're going on to the next one. We got Sergio Martinez versus Kermit Cintron. They called it a draw. I called it a highway robbery.
I call it the same way.
And you were back in Cintron.
Well, I was back in Cintron, but you know, Cintron is the kind of guy to me that you know, young fighters, they in every fight that they have, you see improvement. In the case of Cintron cases, is going backwards. I think ever since he get rid of his first trainers, okay, and
went to Emmanuel Stewart, now Ronnie Shields,
and then Ronnie Shields, he's like going backwards. I mean, he don't have
the tenacity,
the killing instinct. You know, like yeah, I'm gonna knock you out. I got the power. I'm gonna run over you. He don't do that. He expecting to knock somebody with a punch. He forgot about combinations, throwing combinations. He forgot about to throw the jab. I mean, he was throwing the jab, but out of distance, you know. So I mean, you cannot set nobody up by fighting, like being scared. And another thing he makes a lot of mistake is on pulling back. He goes like this number here, and that's why he got hit on the back of the head.
On the top of the head.
Yeah, on top of the, well, it was top of the head, the back of the head, and I mean, but Cintron, I don't know, but I think you're losing something. You need to regroup. You need to sit down and really think deeply. What is it that you want to do? Do you want to make it in boxing? I think you have the tools. It's a matter of using them, okay? And you need to have more heart when you're out there, okay? And that's what I got to say about it.
I'm going to have to agree. I mean, I thought it was disappointing for Sergio Martinez. I thought he fought a hell of a fight. I thought that he did his job well done. He used the ring. He circled the ring, used it well. Kept Kermit at bay with jabs. And then when he needed to throw his combinations, he went in and did it. And when he had to use, power punches, obviously he knocked down Kermit with them.
Yeah.
I thought, to me, it should have been a knockout when they stopped it.
In the second round,
exactly.
yeah.
I thought it was a knockout then. So my hats off to Martinez, who I thought did deserve the KO.
Well, you know what? Going back to the seventh round, man. If Cintron had used that energy, all right, arguing when he was knocked down and came out when he thought that the fight was being stopped,
over?
And he was screaming all over the place and he was pushing people. Cintron, had you used that energy against Martinez, you probably had a better chance. All right. Now once the bell ring again, then you went back to the same mode. Come on, guy. You need to either you face the music or run away from it. Okay, but you cannot be in between. You need to do something. Just sit down and think about your career.
The next fight we got Nate Campbell versus Ali Fanica. Nate Campbell losing the titles at the weigh-in because he couldn't make the weight of 135 anymore. And how was your view on this fight?
Well, I feel sorry. I mean, Nate Campbell, he's a great guy, man. And losing the title by just being overweight for a couple pounds. And not only that, for something that he had worked so hard for so many years, and this is sad, I don't know. I think Campbell should have come in weight. Okay, I think he just ate a couple of things. I don't know if it was before or after, but anyway. I mean, he's a great guy and he's a great boxer. Let me tell you, he beat this big dude, man. He beat a guy that it was stronger than him. It was bigger than him. He had the reach, but Campbell had the heart. You see, that's a good thing about Campbell. He got a heck of a heart, man. And it's just sad, man, that he just lost the title because of the weight. I mean, I think he could do pretty good in 142. I mean, it's a matter of staying in the gym. That's what it is.
I agree. I think Nate, you watching the show, congratulations on your fight. You did a hell of a fight in this fight. Just like Guru said. I mean, he went in there. The first three or four rounds, he was boxing him good. He knocked him down in the third. Mm-hmm. He knocked him again down in the 11th. Closed the fight strong in the 12th. So I thought he did enough to win the fight, as a lot of people did.
Yeah,
it was a close fight though.
It was a close fight. Yeah.
Ali Fanica made it a competitive fight because of the fact that he was so tall and his lengthy arms, and he was strong for a guy. I mean, Nate said it himself. The guy that's strong, he's gonna be champion in the weight class sooner or later. So watch out for Ali Fanica. I definitely think his stocks rose in the division.
And not only that, Fanica, he showed that he's been at the gym. He spent a lot of time at the gym. I mean, this guy was cut, and you can tell the guy was training hard for it. And I mean, not to take anything from Campbell. Campbell, you did a great job, and I know you can do a whole lot better in 140. It's just a matter of staying in the gym, okay, a little longer, and that's it, man. I mean, you don't have too many years left on you in boxing, so whatever is left in that, you need to make the best of it, and the only way to make it is by training, okay?
And then moving on to the next one, we got John Duddy versus Matt Vanda. John Duddy with a 12-round decision over Matt Vanda.
So what did you think about that fight?
I thought that John Duddy did pretty good. He completely outboxed Matt Vanda for the whole 10 round. The 10th round, Matt Vanda did a little surge and maybe won that round. Came back and stumbled Duddy a little bit, but the whole fight pretty much was a one-sided class. Just John Duddy taking him to school. He didn't mix it up with him. He used his jab. He jabbed all night, kept him at bay, did his combinations. It was a one-sided ass whooping from my point of view until the 10th round where Matt Vanda did a little standoff. But other than that, I mean, a good performance from John Duddy from my eyes.
All right, Banda, if that was your best, Banda, well, go back into the drawing board, my friend. That's what I can say.
The next one, we got Kelly Padley versus Marco Antonio Rubio, 10-round TKO. What are your thoughts on this fight?
My thoughts on this fight is, I mean, we were watching the fight the other day. I was mentioning this guy's here. I was saying I want to put my money on Rubio. I was kidding now. All right. Now, well, you know what? They just throw a person in there that it didn't bring anything out of public, man.
No.
It was just.
It was a human punching bag.
Yeah, he was a human punching bag, and I mean, there was no competition. I mean, nobody can really tell whether Pavlik could do better or if he forgot about the loss against Hopkins. No competition. I mean, it was public shows. I mean, it fought right at home, and you know, of course, they got the easy one for him. I mean, and he get by with it. He did what he was supposed to. He should have knocked him out though. He didn't knock him out because it was not competition. It was.
So what do you think? So what is your grade for him? If you had to score his comeback fight, if we're gonna do the comeback report card.
Yeah, well, I'll give him a C plus. I'll give him a C plus. Yeah, but it was based because there was not.
It was not competitive.
Exactly, it was not competitive. The Rubio did not get the best out of Pavlik. You know, he didn't make him work. It was easy work for Pavlik. I think he worked harder in the gym just getting ready for the fight than he had actually had in the fight.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. Now going to the next one, another easy fight. Miguel Cotto versus Michael Jennings. Your thought on that?
Just about the same thing. I mean, nobody knew Jennings. Even he fought on pay-per-views. Nobody still know him. Okay, he did his best, but he never had the class of boxer that Cotto is. You know, he said it himself. He said, "I've never been hit before so hard by anyone," because he never fought at that level. And Cotto, I like the way he was very composed. He took his time. He didn't went crazy just to prove that he was okay, and took his time. But like I said, I think just like Pavlik, he worked harder at the gym than he worked in the fight. I mean, that was it. I mean, I don't see that. You know, that wasn't the emotion of the fight.
It was a normal fight that should have been on HBO or even Friday night fights.
Yeah, but why don't you ripping people off, guy?
You ripping people off, okay?
Yeah.
So anyway, C plus for Cotto on that one. B, I might give him a B because he got the knockout earlier.
Yeah, well, yeah, you gotta give him a B, at least a B, because he did what he was supposed to do. If for somebody that is unknown, somebody that is not his level, so he knocked him out. Pavlik should have done the same thing with the other guy too, but he didn't. That's why I'm giving Pavlik a C, and Cotto you get a B.
Then moving on to upcoming fights, we got this Friday coming up, Glenn Johnson versus Daniel Judah. Guru, your thoughts on this one?
What is there for boxing with these two guys?
Well, Glenn Johnson keeps it competitive. I'm not gonna knock Glenn Johnson, but I think Daniel Judah, he shouldn't be there.
I mean, it's Glenn Johnson. I mean, he is a competitive guy, but he's over the hill, man.
He's over the hill, but he's over the hill and he's taking the fight to the people that are on top.
I don't think he ever's gonna make it back to being champion. I don't see it. Okay, and I don't think it's going to happen.
But that's if they don't give him a chance.
Yeah.
Nobody's giving him a chance. Everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, you know, we bring him up a lot because he likes to fight." He's one of those fighters that will go in there and fight the whole night.
Understand, but it's over the hill. He reached his peak already? Okay, he's going down hills. Judah, I don't even know why he's fighting this guy anyway. But they already fought one time. And Johnson won clearly, so what is it to prove now? I mean, what is it for boxing? Do you have anything to say about that?
No, I'd say Johnson by knockout.
Well, the fight, does it bring anything to boxing?
The fight brings something good to watch on Friday night to spark interest in boxing. I mean, you see super non-competitive fights. You get this one, it's going to be a little competitive. Yeah. Glenn Johnson should win.
Well, at least it's going to be a free fight. So
it's a free fight. It's good.
Just something good to say.
Then we're moving into the HBO, where we got Juan Manuel Marquez versus Juan Diaz. Your thoughts on that, Guru?
That should be an A fight, okay? A-grade fight, okay? And it's going to be a tough pick over here because it's Manuel Marquez coming up in weight. I like Marquez. I think he's going to win this fight because he's a better technician. He knows how to fight, and I think he can punch harder than Diaz.
I'm going to have to agree. I think that Marquez has more of that technique, more combination punching, and I think he's going to bring more power than Juan Diaz. I mean, if you look at Juan Diaz fights, Juan Diaz doesn't knock you. He doesn't have knockout power. He has accumulation of power of punches that makes you quit or get knocked out. Whereas I think Juan Marquez brings power with his punches. I think the technical side, you're going to see more on Marquez coming out. He's going to be able to, sharpshoot and pick his punches. And if Juan Diaz gets crazy throwing 100 punches, he's going to be able to slip them and counter and do some damage. Definitely a good fight to see. I think they're going to both leave it out in the ring. I'm picking Marquez by knockout.
Me too.
Either by knockout. And the reason for that is I wasn't too impressed from what I saw from his last fight against Juan Diaz versus what's his name? The guy is it Michael something? Shoot.
Yeah, I know.
I can't remember off the top of my head right now his name, but I wasn't impressed by that fight too much. And then I think just Marquez can handle. I don't think, to be truthful, I didn't see Juan Diaz since he fought Nate Campbell hasn't been the same.
Yeah,
I think people are gonna say, oh, you guys are you talk too much about Nate Campbell. No, I really do think that in that fight, Nate Campbell and him had a war,
exactly.
And since that war, I mean, Juan Diaz hasn't been producing the way he was before. And I mean, there's only one fight, but I think this is a big fight for him, and he's not gonna show a lot.
Well, we came back to the same thing. See, Juan Diaz is the kind of boxer that he only know how to fight one way.
Yeah.
And that is throwing punches. Okay, now what I see in this fight is I see Marquez ripping Diaz's body. Okay, Marquez is gonna be working that body of Diaz, man, like crazy. And I don't think it should go over 9 rounds. It shouldn't go past 9 rounds. I think Marquez is gonna win by KO before the 9th round. That's the way I see it. And I see Marquez working that body real hard of Diaz.
So there you go. Now the next fight, Chris John versus Joaquin Juarez. I want Juarez to win just because I like the underdog in the fight, and he had a good showing against the guy from Argentina the last fight. Gosh, I lost his name again too. Barrios, thank you. He did that great showing, that come from behind knockout to win. But Chris John is another monster on in itself. I mean, this is the guy that has beat the guy that's going to be main eventing that night, Juan Manuel Marquez, and has a pretty stellar record of his own. So I think it's going to make for a competitive fight. I say look for Chris John to win by decision. And that's what I'm going to lean to. Chris John by decision in that fight.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you in that one there too. I like Juarez. He's a good technician. He's a good boxer. Okay. He got a decent punch.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he just like Kermit Cintron and these other guys, that he got to his peak at one time, and that's it. It's like he don't have any more space to improve. It's like he got to the best he could. So based on that, I think I'm gonna go with Chris John. I like Juarez, but because he got a lot of heart and he's a good technician. But I think I'm gonna go with you, with Jones there. And
then moving on, we got the news. We got Guillermo Renadil defects from Cuba, 27-year-old bantamweight. He tried to defect one time when they were in Brazil, and they caught him and said, "No, take your behind back to Cuba." And now this week, he finds a way to make it out. This is a gold medalist boxer, so it should be good to see in the future. And he's gonna join the other Cubans with the Onair box promotion.
Yeah, I saw this guy in the Olympics. He's a fast boxer, kind of slick in a way. I don't see too much future on him in professional boxing.
They're saying that he's supposed to be the man coming out. I mean, those are the reports saying that this guy is the real deal.
No, well, he was a real deal because he used to throw a lot of punches, okay? But, I mean, for 3-4 rounds fights, I mean, of course,
that's true.
You can throw all the punches you want. But the point is, can you maintain that same level of punching for 10 rounds, 12 rounds? I mean, we're about to see. We will see. But I don't think he has the best chance in boxing as the other guys do. Like I said, I'm going to stick with Lara. Lara is going to be doing pretty good. And I see him moving in weight at one time. And I think he's going to be the one who's going to take the title from Pavlik. Maybe 1 or 2 years down the road.
Oh, big words, big words.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. The next one we got Manny Pacquiao gives up the WBC title. So is he not going to be campaigning at lightweight no more? Is he
smart.
Is he staying at 140?
Pacquiao, you're a smart guy, man. That's the best thing you could do. I mean, he was making no money, 130, 135, no money. So that's what the money is. The higher you go in weight, the better you get in money. More money you get to put in your pocket. And not only that, I mean, you deserve to get the money because you earned it, okay? And yeah, the chances are pretty good. I go for him on Pacquiao and Head.
I'm going with Hatton, but we'll talk about that fight when it gets closer.
When it comes,
now we got news reports, people saying, oh, Pavlik now he can fight Sturm, he can fight Arthur Abrams, or he can maybe get Vernon Forrest to come up. now that you know this mandatory BS fight is out the way, what do you think his chances? Who should he fight out of the three, and why?
Well, I think he's got a chance against Stern. He got a better chance against Forrest. Abraham might give him some trouble there because he's a fast boxer. He throws much faster than Pablo is, and he punch hard too. Okay, he's a hard puncher. So
my take on it, I see Stern giving him a competitive fight.
Yeah,
but I see Pavlik winning.
Yeah, I see Pavlik winning that fight too.
I think Abraham is gonna beat Pavlik. I think he can outbox him, and I think he has the power to keep him at bay as well. Yeah. And then on Vernon Forrest, I think Vernon Forrest, if he can make the weight and look good, and maybe if I could see him fight one time at 160 to see how he reacts to those punches, he has the height for that weight, and I think he might be able to do good. But then what's killing me with Vernon Forrest is that Vernon Forrest is getting up in age 2. Vernon Forrest is no spring chicken. I think he has the talent, though. I think Vernon Forrest can put punches together really nice.
He had the talent. It's like you say, he's going downhill now. It's against Sergio Mora, he didn't show anything.
The first fight, but in the second fight, he whipped the shit out of him.
He lost the second fight.
No, he beat the shit out of Sergio Mora.
I didn't see that fight.
Obviously.
Okay, so well, I guess if he comes prepared, let's put it that way.
That's the key.
Or if he don't take the night off the way he did with Mora the first time, because he was supposed to beat Mora from the get going on the first fight, and didn't happen. So.
But he came back in the second fight and beat the shit out of Mora.
It all depends. You see, we're getting back to the same thing. I mean, if you guys stays in the gym, you guys do good. Now, if you guys start playing around and
take people lightly,
and take people lightly because they don't have the name or they don't have the experience, then you might have a surprise for you. You know, it's a matter of staying in the gym. That's all it takes, training.
That's true. So next one, another one this night possible fight. We got Cotto now. He's going to be fighting in June. Possible names getting thrown out there: Cintron, Clary, and Berto. Your thoughts on those fights?
Well, the disturbing person for this fight should be Clary. I mean, Clary been there for a long time, and he been proving himself. I think he deserves a chance to fight and make some money himself. You know, Cintron is calling Cotto. Cintron, you need to chill out. Like I tell you earlier, take a break. Sit down, think what you want in life, and then you start calling people up, okay? You do not deserve being fighting Cotto, okay? You need to prove yourself again. You out of that one there. Berto, that would be a good fight though. I would like to see Berto fighting Cotto, but I think the most disturbing one for this one here should be Clottey, because Clottey has been there for the long haul, man. He should have a break.
Well, my thoughts on it, I think Cintron has nothing to look for in there. Yeah. That one he's on crack, and if Bob Arum makes this fight, it's gonna be garbage fight. It should be an easy fight for Cotto. Yeah. Berto, I think, is gonna be another easy fight for Cotto. I just think he gets hit too much, and he's still too young to get at that level of competition. Because if Luis Collazo was able to, I thought in my eyes, beat him, I know Cotto with power to his punches will do a lot more damage than Luis Collazo did. And Claudia, I agree. I think the best fight to make for this one would be Claudia. I think Claudia being the defensive counterpuncher that he is, versus Cotto coming forward, is going to make for a good fight. Yeah. Where it would make for a good night. I think a good for boxing, and both of them are champions, so it's going to start unifying the division as well.
Let me tell you, and it's not going to be an easy fight for Cotto.
No, that's a pick-on fight. That's a pick-on fight right there.
Claudia is the kind of boxer that, just like Winky Wright, he can make you look real bad in that ring there, because he got a heck of a good defense. I mean, his defense is so strong. It's hard to get to his head. Okay, so I see that'd be a good fight. That'd be a heck of a good fight.
That's gonna be
and both of them are from. I mean, well, Claudia's from New York, and Cotto, his second home is New York now for the people, and
it'll be a hell of a fight. That's the one we want to see. If it's gonna happen between any of those three, I'd say Claudia, then Berto, then Cintron.
I say Claudia, Berto, and someone else. Cintron, you out of it. Cintron, you just like I said, you need to regroup, man. You need to sit down and think what you want to do in life. If it's boxing, then you need to risk more in the ring. You cannot be so defensive and counting in one punch, guy.
Well, and that wraps up our show for today. If you like what we have to say, you know what you can do. Subscribe, write us an email, shoot us something. Let us know what you think. Comment, let us know what you think in the comments. Guru, anything else you want to say?
No, I just want to say thank you everybody for listening to us here and taking your time. And we love you guys. All right?
And this is
Pound for pound boxing.
the voice of a new generation.
Where we pull back, no punches.